y'all. So let's get into this. This one is going to be a little bit shorter. It's about 18 minutes, but with my rambling, it'll probably turn into like 30 minutes. But I haven't watched it, only about 10 seconds of it, and I thought, whoa, what I heard the officer say was interesting enough to want to go ahead and actually react and review to this one. And I thought, why not do it with my other true crime, current reality tiers? And that's what you guys are. And if you're here right now, it's because you want to know what the tea is on this true crime story here. So let's get right into it right now, because I'm not going to keep you too long, but long enough. Here we go.
Gotcha.
I'm just really a bad person.
No, not at all.
I think it's good enough.
That's worse than a body, dude.
A woman in Cedar City, Utah calls 911 for help in the middle of what seems to be a mental and emotional breakdown. Police are sent to check on her, but their concerns turn to horror when they see what's really going on at the property. It's a little past 8 in the morning on July 1st, 2023, when 911 dispatchers in Iron County, Utah receive a call from a distraught woman in the grips of a crisis.
911, what's the address of your emergency? What's going on?
I need to get to the hospital.
Let me get this in for them, and we'll get it started. And
what?
How old are you?
I'm 50.
Okay. And are you feeling violent at all?
Oh, I think she said suicidal.
All right, and do you have access to any weapons?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I'm unprepared to go to the hospital.
Okay, that's good. We're going to get them headed that way. They just have these questions I have to ask, but you're all good, okay. Have you done anything to injure yourself?
No.
Okay. And do you have a history of mental health conditions?
Yeah. Yes, many years. Too many.
The woman's name is Sarah, and while the operator establishes that she's unharmed, the despair in her voice is unmistakable.
Years, my baby sister's got terminal cancer, and then a lot of other things went wrong. I lost a dog, and I just kept thinking, if I got puppies, it made me feel better. I just got it way over my head.
Gotcha.
I'm just really a bad person.
No, not at all.
The operator, who can only go by what she's told over the phone, gives Sarah the benefit of the doubt.
Why are we
As they
bringing up
arrive,
puppies?
however, deputies slowly begin to suspect that a dire scene awaits them inside the house.
You got family coming to look after your dog?
No, they need to be seized.
They need to be seized?
Yes. They're not being taken care of.
Dogs do you have?
19.
19?
Yes, sir. And I got a guy coming down from Wyoming. 3 of them are his, and he's coming to get them.
Okay.
So I told him go by the sheriff's office, figure out where they were.
Cedar City law prohibits individuals from owning more than 2 dogs at a time, but there's a vast gulf between a minor ordinance violation and the veritable zoo she claims to have inside the house.
I mean, because that's a zoo.
But the number of dogs may not be the biggest problem here. As the EMTs help Sarah into the ambulance, she reportedly says she should go to jail rather than the hospital because, quote, she hurt her sweet babies.
Can I have your permission to go inside your home and see what you got going on?
Oh my God, is that why he says that
smells really bad, man? You're not going to breathe in there. There's turds and trash, and it's awful, man. It's awful.
Okay.
Humans don't live like that. That's all I say, and I've known it, and I'm not stupid.
Sarah is clearly ashamed about the conditions of her home, but it turns out that the deputies already have strong reasons to dread going inside.
We're at the house now. She gave us permission to go inside the house. She says she's got 19 dogs. She can't care for. They're under animal cruelty. She thinks she's going to go to jail for that. She wants to go to jail for that. But I can smell it. I could barely sit in the ambulance because she smells so bad.
Because she smells so bad.
I imagine
the woman.
I can smell it, and I'm not even in the house. Coming from within the house is horrible. And depending on what happens with her, she's got 19 dogs in a house that has no AC in it, and no one to care for the dogs. So we're kind of in a pickle here.
The temperature in Cedar City that day would reach a high of 89 degrees. The lack of air conditioning only raises more concern about what kind of environment Sarah's dogs have been living in.
The neighbors say that sometimes she opens windows to try to vent it out, but that doesn't do much.
Hey, did she take on 19 dogs?
Place your head there and see what you got, and then we can start working on resources.
You knew you was over your head at 3.
You ready?
I almost want to get alcohol pads first.
Oh my God. He didn't even go all the way in, y'all.
Nope. Yeah, I need a bask.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That's what I said. And I'm not even there.
The air inside the home is unbreathable, and it takes the deputies a few minutes to recover from even brief exposure.
That's worse than a body, dude.
Breathe exposure.
I was getting whistles through my gloves.
Oh my God. Through his
God, dude, it's in
gloves?
my lungs.
Oh my God.
Well, let's get Caleb out here. He's going to have to walk us through this, dude, because I honestly don't know what to do.
That's like one of the pet people, I bet. I would be pissed.
It's unhabitable, dude. It's absolutely unhabitable.
That's crazy.
It's perhaps the
That's
best
breaking my
word to
heart.
describe the appalling conditions of the house, and the deputy uses it again when his sergeant arrives on scene.
I don't know what to do.
Is she already gone?
She's gone. This is inhabitable, dude.
Oh,
I've
she's
never
on
even
an
smelled a
ambulance.
dead body as bad as this. Really? Just open the
never even
door.
smelled
You
a
have to know
dead
what
body?
we're dealing with.
As bad as
We
this?
can't let her come back to this.
She's got a chain link fence in the backyard. I wonder if we can open the back. Then you can start coming out. Look back on the other side.
They're friendly.
Back.
You did better than I did. I started losing it right there.
The uniform I'm worried about.
The overpowering effects of the smell inside makes it difficult to imagine how any creature, human or animal, is able to live in that environment. It's imperative to get the dogs out of the home as soon as possible.
There's an owner to the Great Danes. He's coming from Salt Lake to pick the Great Danes up.
Them all those puppies in them cages are Great Danes.
Not all of them.
Most of those that I just looked at were.
Were they? I thought there was like...
They look just like that big.
Because there's this little
this
guy.
little, but you look back in the back. Great Danes for that husky back there.
Easy.
Stop it.
As the cops try to find a way into the fenced backyard, they begin to wonder exactly how and why Sarah has amassed this outrageous number of dogs.
All that land and none of it's been cut. None of that's been cut.
Well, I think she's advertising that she trains them.
I would get fined so bad for the county that my property is
It'll
on.
take further investigation to turn speculation into fact. In the meantime, the cops have problems that require more immediate solutions.
You got a doggy door, and my bet is something's wrong.
Sam, do you got a saw?
Saw?
Yeah.
And she does have AC, and maybe it's turned off. There's a plastic cover for the dog's door.
He's trying to jump that
The
fence?
overgrowth blocking the fence is substantial, but fortunately, the deputy has come prepared.
I got an axe.
An axe. That's crazy. Like, why would she do that? Why would you get all them pets?
Come on, Pops. Hey, come on out.
3 to me is a big limit, especially depending small or big or mixture. 3 is a lot of dogs. I'm pissed. I have too many.
The dog's reluctance to leave the house is only matched by the deputy's reluctance to go back in. This time, at least, they'll have protection.
I got mine out. I'll go get it.
Meet me inside.
Put something on my arms. My skin is already very sensitive. I break out and get scars.
It's okay.
Oh.
It's okay.
Look at this. Look at that floor. Y'all see that? What is that, a hole? I'm trying to look, like, what is that in there? Oh my God, is that just a bunch of Coca-Cola sodas? That's an ad to quit drinking Coca-Cola. It got you that addicted that your house look like that?
Come on, big dog. Come on. Come on, buddy.
Come on.
The dog doesn't quite trust this masked stranger, but his lack of aggression leaves the deputy free to take in the full horror of the scene around him.
It's okay, boy.
He'd probably be hitting them. Oh my God.
That animal, severely starved, skinny, no water.
Because ain't no way you're able to feed those animals. There's no way you're able to feed all of them. Like, look at that house. And all it is just soda pop everywhere. And I bet you she's sitting on some type of welfare, too. Not to make fun, like, saying anything, but, like, real shit. I bet you she is. Look at that.
Dog food in one bag. 2 bags of dog food.
Oh, that's dog food?
The food in the pantry hasn't prevented the dogs from reaching a malnourished state. The deputy's partner is next to take a good look at the living room.
Was she sitting in that? I wonder if her home would qualify for hoarders, but they probably have to.
As he comes to terms with what he's seeing, his partner dismantles a fortress of wire and cardboard blocking access to the hallway.
How was she walking through that? How does that happen?
Feces all over the floor.
My house ain't never and would never.
Son, if you can find a window, let's start opening windows.
Smells getting deep. Pull them suckers open. Quick. Swoop, swoop. Quick. You moving slow. Stank.
Meanwhile, the other deputy searches what appeared to be an abandoned wing of the house.
More dogs. 3 dogs. All malnourished.
The deputies return to the living room to verify just how many dogs live in this house of filth.
We need a dog count. What? A dog count. So I've got. There's at least 8 in cages. So we got the 3 that are out. Right?
Like, where are they located to?
So that's 6. So 7, 8, 9.
Y'all got some down the hall
10,
in rooms.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15. One under here.
The home must be seen to be believed, which is exactly what the sergeant has in mind.
Take some cell phone video.
Are you willing to sacrifice your cell phone?
Yeah, it's fine, but have you touched anything?
Yeah. Look, the air. Hey, this is bad. I'll go get mine.
This one right here was the
We have 19.
You should have gloves on. Stop touching that shit.
It's a dog. It's alive.
Well, there's
19 dogs.
There's a live dog in here?
There's 19 dogs in
here. There's a dog in the box?
They're all malnourished.
A local animal sanctuary called Best Friends will help relocate most of the dogs. But that's not the end of police involvement. They talked to Sarah that afternoon in the hospital and tried to determine how exactly things at her house deteriorated to this extreme.
Okay, so, and this part might freak you out a little bit, but I'm going to read you your rights. It's only because in order to ask you questions about what's going on, I have to read you these first. I've kind of got a
Her
little
Miranda
background
rights.
of your training that you do with the animals, and
Not anymore, but yeah, I was doing
yeah, maybe not anymore.
This is a repetitive problem with me when things get really bad, and my parents and I don't talk that sort of thing, so I got really lonely, and I got that same dumb feeling that this would somehow fix it, and I can't. Nobody could do that.
Sure.
She thinks
Sarah
getting a
may
new
be
dog
puzzled by
fixes
her own
it.
choices, but the fact is that many innocent animals suffered as a result. It soon becomes clear that this is not the first time this has happened.
Have you ever had a police case about this kind of thing before in Tennessee?
I have had, the Ray County Sheriffs. They didn't do anything because, once again, I was extremely mentally ill. I said, would you please take them? I can't care for them anymore. So they did take them and the things. So yes, there has been some police involvement.
As regrettable as it is that Sarah hasn't learned from her previous failures, there is an even more frightening truth about how she acquired some of the dogs.
Have you come across the 3 that you did have that belonged to someone else?
I saw he had a Great Dane puppy for sale, and he said, and I said, oh, she's cute, but I don't have, $800. So, and then he said, I told him I was a dog trainer, so 2 of them were theoretically mine, and the male was always his that I was going to train to pay for the 2 girls.
In an interview with the local news, Ryan, the owner of those Great Danes, said it had been months since he'd heard anything about the training progress of his puppies. Indeed, it was only when he told Sarah that morning that he was on his way to pick up the dogs that she turned herself in to the police.
Straight up with everybody, but everything.
Still though, y'all, months after the first maybe week, I'm calling you, and I'm calling every week to check on my puppies. Cause why do you have them for months? Like, how long is training? Ain't training like only a few weeks, like anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks? I think some at 8 weeks, but I don't think that you leave the dog. I mean, there might be some that you leave there, but I ain't leaving my dog with nobody. I'm coming in, I'm going to take classes, you're going to teach me commands, we're going to teach my dog commands, and we all going to be under commands and understand how the commands work, and then I'm taking my dog home every time so I can practice it at home, and we get acquainted with these new rules and regulations and stuff like that, because a dog and a cat, and to me, all animals have a sense of a soul, and feel things do, I think, maybe bother them, hurt them. They know pain. They know that. So, like, at the end of the day, you got to treat it like with humanity. You got to treat it humane, like, and this is crazy. It's crazy. And to think, like, I'm a kid, like, I was just thinking, like, who is letting her get these dogs? Like, take her off the list. Get her off the list. Like, it should be known. And if she's caught with dogs, again, like, you got to go to jail. Like, she got away with it once. Should she get away with it a second time? At least she called and none of them was dead, because, see, I thought they was going to be dead. I thought, because she said I should go to jail because I'm a bad person. And you trying to love a whole bunch of pets don't make you a bad person. You not being able to not take care of a whole bunch of pets makes you an irresponsible and a selfish, inconsiderate person. Because after a while, even though you love them as much as I'm sure she did love them, and for the moment that they did take, they probably filled her every day, but it also was more filled with stress because she didn't have the finances or the space or the mental capacity already to take care of all of them, and that's just really sad to see. It really is. But should she get in trouble the second time? I don't know, but if she doesn't, the bottom line is, the third time you with any animals, that's it. That's a wrap. You're going to jail, because some of them may not, like, a lot of them are not going to get placed in a home. You know what they're going to do with them? They're going to kill them. They're going to kill them. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's cold-blooded that she did that. She put them in a bad position because of her mental health. Great that she's identified it, but something got to give. Somebody got to help her. And if helping her starts with making some type of restriction from her being able to get them, that should be automatic. But let's go ahead and finish this out real quick, okay?
And stop hiding behind shame or whatever, and say, sadly, this is who I am. I hope it's not all I am, but it's, yeah.
Ryan's imminent arrival may have inspired Sarah's honesty more than her own breakthrough.
I mean, yeah,
but it's worth noting that
good.
she didn't
honest.
just tell him in passing that she was an animal trainer. She advertised her business, Pet Pros Behavior Services, on Facebook and elsewhere, offering in-home and remote training
that's what I was
sessions
saying. Why
for
he
a premium
didn't check
price.
on them? I'm checking on
A
my
police
baby.
report states that Sarah's house and even the inside of her car was covered in feces. Ironically, the only part of the property relatively free of feces was the yard. Sarah tells the deputies that she hasn't been able to properly feed and care for the dogs for at least 3 or 4 weeks, an admission that at least partially explains the condition of her animals and the disaster that is her home.
I can say that I have no idea how you live. Because when I opened the door to your house, I could not even go in.
Every day.
Were you living in the house or were you living in your car?
In the house.
Where did you sleep?
I slept on the couch. But yeah, no, it
what couch?
burns my eyes when I get home. I hate it, but I'm like, you know what, you freaking did it, you deserve it, deal with it, so I do.
If Sarah is saying she deserves the consequences of her actions, it's something that she and the deputy can agree on.
I'll be honest with you. I'm going to press criminal charges upon you. Okay? From what I can observe within dogs, no dog should have to go through what them dogs go through. Them dogs would probably be better off, and some of them might not make it. They're in such conditions as so.
Some of them are sick.
In addition to the horrific injuries already mentioned, the police report goes into much more detail, noting that all 19 dogs appear to be skinny with all skeletal bones showing under the skin. It goes on to say that most of the dogs could not stand or move properly because of the tight living conditions, which brought about body deformities. A few dogs, the report states, were close to death. Sarah Mills pled guilty to 9 counts of cruelty in October of 2023, roughly 4 months after her call to 911. She was ordered to pay a fine of $690, serve 60 days in jail, and spend 12 months on probation. Sarah was given the option to serve her jail sentence in increments of 5 days per month. In February 2024, however, Sarah's jail sentence was converted to 60 days of home confinement.
Yeah, so this story was definitely still heartbreaking to see those animals have to even endure something like that. And like I said, it is wonderful that she wanted to love something. It's sad that it was mostly based off the fact that she was dealing with it in an unstable mental capacity that was making her make these bad choices. But the officer is right. Like, charges have to be pressed because this is your second time. Like I said, should she go or not? The inner me was like, yes, but then, it's, if she's doing it because it's a compulsive behavior due to her mental capacity, then I can't completely fault her, but I am going to still fault her because it's like, this, so get the help you need. Like, this, as soon as you start feeling that way, you need to figure out something else to do to collect other than actual living being objects, things. You know what I'm saying? So, especially when your home is like this. Like, this is terrifying to walk in and this is what your home looks like. They said there's at least 8 cages and they found 19 dogs. And again, like I said, when it started, it scared me because I was like, wait a minute. Did she like hurt the dog? Cause she said, I'm a horrible person. I'm a bad person. And she said, I hurt my babies. So she probably was in there probably abusing them. She probably was hitting them or something. Who knows? I don't know. But we didn't see that. We just see malnutrition. But then you see this crap all over the place. There's dog food wrappers everywhere too. And then the soda cans, like, look at this. The soda can galore. Let's go back. Where was it at? Like, that's all soda cans. And just junk. See, someone says, come on, because they're trying to get the dog out. The dog don't even want to come out because she wasn't even, you got a fenced-in backyard, but you're not even letting them outside. What? Heartbreaking. But she's getting the time that she does. To me, in my opinion, she deserves to do jail time. Those animals did not deserve to live like this. Nobody, not even a human, should live like this. And she was living like this. And so, yeah. Well, this is the end of this story right here. How do you feel? I know some of you viewers may be pet owners. I'm a pet owner. I mostly have cats. I do, and I have, Pretty Girl Prosper. My dog that I've had for 14 years, that's my everything. There's no way I could ever have her go through any of that. And there's no way I could ever have my cats go through any of that. Not trying to be Catwoman. They belong to my daughter, but 2 of them I am keeping. And the other ones are hers to keep. But, that's too many pets to me. But that's my third. That would make them 3. 3 pets in the house, and that's a wrap. At one point, we had way more pets than that. We had a duck, a lizard, a rabbit, a hamster, a turtle, and a bird. We had them all at one time. Oh, and a pig. We had a pig too. All at one time. And that was for 3 years. So now I don't have all that. But I still didn't live like that. And I did that because I was able to do it. And when it was time for us to make sure that they went to better places than what we could provide them, that's what we made sure of. I don't know. It's just the way that you treat animals just like you treat humans, to me, with some respect and some love and some compassion, bottom line. So if you're a pet lover, let me know how you feel about this story. Would you live like this? Have you ever gotten so stressed out in life that you found yourself slipping as a pet owner? Because some pet owners, that's their babies. That's all they have. They don't have children. And I totally understand that. You know what I'm saying? My kids are grown. They're gone. These are my babies. So leave your thoughts down below. And remember, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. And turn those notifications so you can catch the next video of current reality T, true crime reality stories. There we go. I'm not going to remember that later. Bye, y'all.
Shoe game, mean dress game so proper. Chain so big, can't pop my collar.